Hello, everybody, and welcome to Alcohol and Anime Night, the show that gets you drunker, the show that gets you fatter, and the show that can make you basic AF. Stay tuned. Alright, everybody, welcome back. I have a really exciting show today, one that I've been really looking forward to. I couldn't wait. And so I'm shooting things a little bit earlier. You might know that things are looking just a little bit different. And that's actually because I have a new lighting rig. I finally got one. It was an early Christmas gift, so thank you very much, Julie. That was an awesome Christmas gift. Early, knew that I was shooting this episode and wanted some better lighting. So hopefully it looks better. Hopefully it doesn't look weird. I also have some other lighting over here that we're going to do some stuff with in a little bit. So tonight's show, we're going to do a couple of different things. We're going to mix it up a little bit. Not only do we have the new lighting rig, which is fancy schmancy and looks like we're kind of basic YouTubers now. It looks like that's a thing. But the other thing is that we are going to be doing an unboxing. And now I'm really excited about this one. This is the Manga Spice Cafe. And the premise behind that is that it's almost like bringing a manga cafe to your house. And a manga cafe, if you don't know, you go in there, you pay a small dollar amount, and they have a library of manga you can read for as long as you wish. Sometimes they'll have some snacks and beverages and things like that. If that sounds familiar, that sounds like it's right up our alley. So that'll be our snack review tonight. We might sample a couple of those. So I've got some lighting and cameras set up there so we can capture that with kind of a secondary camera, a down shot, if you will. So we're trying a couple different things here tonight. I'm sure it'll all go great. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. The other thing we have, of course, is our review. And I'm going to keep the review short because I really want to get to this unboxing. Frankly, I've been waiting like a week to do it. And now this is legit. It's still taped shut. I have no idea what's in there. It could be just dildos and swine flu for all I know. So, the show I want to talk about is one that I kind of fell into. It was like a weird, just like blind recommendation. I thought, I'll give it a go. It's kind of one of these older ones. And it is the show, and it's called Cosplay Complex. Now, boy, I don't know where to start with this one. So this was from back in about 2002 when ADV was doing their thing. It was simply 3 OVAs. That was it. That was all they did. I don't even know. From what I can tell, I'm not even sure there was... I don't know if it was like a short manga or whatever. I couldn't really find any issues of the manga or anything like that. I started watching this show, and basically the idea was going to be that this is a club in a high school, surprise, surprise, that focuses on cosplay, and they go to competitions and stuff like that. And it's supposed to be a comedy, itchy kind of thing. And I want to point out, these OVAs were pretty popular back in this time, that late 90s, early 2000s, because they would just release a single video cassette, and usually all 3 of them would fit on there, and that was kind of how they did things at that time. It was difficult to license entire series, and a lot of the stuff that could get licensed, they were trying to buy up as much as they could. A lot of it was garbage, and a lot of it was things you might not even know about. So here's a deep pull. This is Cosplay Complex. Now, the first thing I noticed when I started watching this is, what the is this? I thought I actually missed an episode. It just throws you right into the middle of it. Doesn't really introduce the characters. And you're just like right in the middle of it. If you've ever been reading a book and then like get a page stuck together and you turn around and you're like, oh, okay, now this makes more sense. There's 2 more pages I missed. That's what it feels like watching this. There's random stuff. There's like a random owl. There's like a bunny fairy girl. There's people in costumes, and they don't really introduce any of it. By the way, spoiler alert, they never explain who this fairy girl is. You can kind of make some assumptions based on just some of the things throughout the thing. They never address the owl at all. He's literally the elephant in the room, except for he's an owl. People understand him, but he apparently... Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So there's 3 OVAs. The first one is focusing on a new member that wants to join the group. The second one is kind of like the beach episode, and they're on summer vacation. And the third one is like a competition where they're trying to win a date maybe with this photographer, this guy. And again, spoiler alert, it never pays off. It just never pays off at all. There's a few different characters, and again, they're in this cosplay club in their school. And it is East Oizuki Academy, I believe is the name. It's the East Oizuki Academy Cosplay Association team is what it is. And there's several different characters. The main character is Chako. She's got pink hair. She's kind of a ditz. Kind of very, very... There was a lot of characters like that from the early 90s, late 2000s. She is attached somehow to this fairy. The fairy's name is Delmo. And Delmo apparently can transform herself into any type of clothing or costume, which really just makes it so that way she can cheat at competitions, because the whole point of a cosplay competition is making the costume and then, of course, being the character. So with this character, this fairy that pretty much every episode transforms into an amazing costume, seems like she's just cheating, and it's just weird. And it's not clear whether only she can see the character or everybody can. It's not really addressed. There is a owl, like I said, Ikebukuro. Again, doesn't speak, just hoots, and everybody understands them, and everybody can see him. Nobody asks why there's an owl around. It's just accepted. It's totally weird. It's kind of like the penguin in Evangelion that we're never really told why it's there. It's just there because, hey, penguin, why not? So Chako is the one with the pink hair. Again, she's basically terrible at cosplay in the cosplay club, so go figure. There's Rika. She's the leader. She's kind of in charge. There's Athena, who is a really little girl. She is Maria's little sister. Maria is the kind of stereotypical girl with glasses. She's very protective of her little sister, which is important because the new girl, Jenny, is like this busty, super pervy, maybe American, that is the new member of the class that has a very inappropriate and uncomfortable crush on the little girl Athena. It's bizarre, it's uncomfortable. And then there is the president of the cosplay club, and his name is Goru. He is a bald guy, and he is the only male in the cosplay group, but he is the best. He is the absolute best, and that's why he is the president. And again, this show, it's so wildly jarring and confusing. I thought I missed an episode. So if you start watching it, don't be shocked if that's the way you feel too. There's tons of cool scenes of them in costumes, especially a lot of scenes that barely skate the limits of copyright violation, so there's some of those late 90s anime like Slayers. There's some great, if you're very familiar with that kind of time period, you'll catch several of the things they're cosplaying as, and that's kind of neat. It's kind of I thought that part was cool. Because they're changing costume all the time, it's a great opportunity for them to drop in some mild nudity. And at the end, there actually is a really clear moral at the end of the whole thing, at the individual episodes even, which is a moral of sportsmanship and kind of friendly competition. And so if you get anything out of this at all, you might see a boobie or two, but the plot really sucks for the most part. The characters are very just throwaway characters for the most part. You don't really care about what happens to them. But the moral at the end of it, with the kind of sportsmanship and including everybody and doing something for the sake of being in the sport, whatever that might be, in their case cosplay, and that friendly competition and not hating your rival, so to speak. That part was really cool. So I can't necessarily say I recommend this one, but if you were thinking about it anyway, there's 3 OVAs, so it's not a huge investment, but yeah, that one was a weird one that I kind of just fell into. So let's get into the unboxing. I'm excited about it, so we're going to switch to camera 2, and we'll still leave the audio rolling here on this one, obviously. So let's switch to camera 2 and get this thing open. So I'm really excited. All right, excellent. Well, I've got my trusty opener here. This is a gift my brother got me like a million years ago, and I swear I only use it for opening boxes. You can see here it is still taped up. I don't want to dox myself here, but it is still taped up, and I have not opened it, so it is a complete surprise. What's supposed to be in here is a few random manga. One of them is supposed to be, at least one of them is supposed to be an episode 1, and the other ones are, they can be whatever there is available. So one of them is at least in episode 1, I'm told, and I think at least one of them is supposed to be new. Then up to 2 of them can be used, and there's supposed to be some snacks and drinks. So I'm excited. Let's open it up here. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, cool. All right, cool. So we start out with the Manga Spice Cafe brochure here. This is pretty cool. It's got a great, this is number 57 apparently. It's got a, oh man, that is really cool. There's a whole, essentially just a whole brochure of what's included. Oh, that is cool. And they give you a little bit of even talking about the different snacks. Oh man, that is cool. That is awesome. All right, well that's a good start right there. So I'm going to set this off to the side. All right, I'm going to start out with the drink. This is a Aloha made Likikoi passion fruit juice drink from concentrate. So it's like passion fruit juice. I like passion fruit, so that's good. That's cool. I've never had that, so I'm going to give that a go for sure. We got, oh boy, this is gonna test my Japanese here. Umai, which really just means tasty, but this is hard to read here. But I don't know what this is, but it looks great. I'm gonna give that a go. Another one, it's umai. It's shioka usuka. I don't know what that means either. But it's like bon. That's cool. All right, man. This is literally going. This is a ton ton ton, like a guy jump on a drum. That's cool. We're gonna open all these up. Well, I'm gonna open all of them then. There is some ramen noodles. Awesome. Instant noodles. This is a crunchy fried onion one. I've definitely never had these. These look nicer than like some of the ones I've had recently. That's cool. All right. I'm gonna say that's cool to everything. That's gonna be like Paris Hilton. That's hot. These are, I'm gonna guess from this crab here, there's gonna be like crab flavored snacks. Also, it says crab flavored snacks, so I didn't even have to read Japanese. Doing it on camera, under pressure, definitely is a. And here is another like a layered. This is I suspect this is probably tastes a little bit like maybe like Butterfinger. I don't know. It's cool. I'm gonna hopefully open at least one of these up. A set of chopsticks just in case. That's great. I have to eat my ramen noodles with, right? This is like, it looks like a pudding cup. Like old school, like Bill Cosby pudding cup. All right, man. Everybody's gonna love this. There's so much in here. This is like Jell-O. Okay, cool. I can dig it. Jell-O, man. And a whole big thing of, this is a big bag too. V-cut. Just don't get a cut on your V. This is the V-cut onion and garlic flavored chips. That sounds really good actually. From Jack and Jill. Never even heard of this. I'm excited to give that a shot. So we've got the manga now that they've packaged in here. So again, some of these are supposed to be new, some of these are supposed to be used. I really don't care, honestly, if they're new or used, just because if it's something new, I mean new as in like I've never seen it before, that's totally worth it to me. Alright, so the first one is Gun Blaze West. Never heard of it, but it is a #1, so that's great. I love anytime I can get into something new. That's awesome. This says, this is Who Says Warriors Can't Be Babes. Also a #1. And I've never heard of this one, so this seems like something that's right up my alley. And Freerin Beyond Journey's End. This is also a #1. Don't know anything about this. I've literally never heard anything about any of these, which is great. And a bookmark for this Freerin, which is great. That's pretty neat. There's a lot that's included here. This other thing that says 10 points, which I'm not sure if that's a sticker or if it is a sticker. I don't know what the 10 points is all about, but in either case, I'm excited. That is really a lot of stuff. I gotta try at least one of these things for the camera, though, don't I? Boy, which one should it be? Oh man, I'm feeling the dun 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 dun. I'm gonna give these a go. All right, you ready? This is gonna be on the spot review of whether or not these things are edible. Some of these things I've had before, and you put them in your mouth, and immediately your American taste buds have no choice but to spit them immediately back out again. So here we go. Hopefully they haven't been sitting on a container ship for like 9 months. Alright, so this is definitely not a sweet type thing. It kind of smells barbecue-y. Huh. It's almost like a... I don't know if you can see it here. It's kind of a... It's like a crunchy, imagine like Captain Crunch, except instead of being sweet, it's savory. Does that make sense? Like savory Captain Crunch. That's the only way I can describe it. It's not bad. It's got like the consistency of Captain Crunch, but like the flavor of corn nuts. That's the only way I can describe it. But all right, well, you know what, we'll have to put a couple of these on our snacks list, go through them one by one, and then we'll have a few to go through. Well, thanks for going through that with me. I was really excited about it. I'm still excited. I got a whole bunch of manga to go through. In the background there, I still have Chainsaw Man to go through, #1, so I've got a lot to do. Who would have thought? This is alcohol and anime night, but we're still going to check out some manga stuff. So this was Manga Spice Cafe. So far, totally recommend. It ended up being about $40 delivered. It came pretty quick. I don't know, for $40, I feel like I got a lot for my money. The manga alone sometimes costs anywhere from $8 or $9 a piece. So with the snacks and everything, if you're stuck at home, if you're on quarantine or house arrest or whatever it is and you can't get out, this is a cool, this is a day's worth of just hanging out, reading, eating snacks, and it's delivered to your house. I would say go for it. I'm pleasantly surprised. So you might see another one of these kind of things. I don't know if I'll do this exact same one, but there's another one that is called the Otaku Box, and there's one called, I wish I could remember the name of it, but there was another one that came with like random anime DVDs, and some of those were used as well. I actually think all of these manga were new. So that's great. I'm really excited. I said great a lot of times during this, so I will have to do a count to see how many it was. I suspect it was a lot. Well, anyway, it's been awesome talking anime and manga and snacks with you guys. My name was Scott. Kampai.